Hi all, long time no see. It's Sunday the 10th of March and I haven't put a video out since, what, 14th of February or something? I've been gone a while. So sorry. I've been really sick. I blame my mother. She gave me a virus and it was the first major virus since I developed Cushing's with adrenal suppression. And those who don't know what adrenal suppression is, your body no longer produces cortisol. At least in my case, it doesn't produce cortisol. And though the Cushing's I have is an overdose of cortisol, the overdose is from my asthma pumps. So because my body doesn't produce cortisol anymore, I have to take extra medication to create the cortisol. I have to take cortisol in order to fight an illness because my body no longer fights the illness. And that could send me into shock and die. So I ended up bedridden for just over a week. I was not too well before, just general flare, so I wasn't up for doing much, and then I had that illness, and then I've still been recovering. The illness is now, touch wood, gone, but I'm experiencing major flares in my health because of it. The point I'm still doing barely anything because it just wears me out. So today's the first day I felt up to filming. So lovely to see you all. I have missed you all, and thank you so much for those who have messaged me to check on me, especially you, Cindy. Getting that email just really cheered me up on the day that I was really struggling. Hopefully my email made sense because my brain was beyond not working by that point. But it's really nice to hear from you, so thank you so much. But yeah, it's just typical. It's been really windy out, but nothing on the roof, and now I start filming. There's something on the roof. I don't know if it's rain or... it must be rain. Can't see much, but it must be rain. I hope it's not too annoying for you guys. So, what have I been up to? Not a lot. I did, while I was in bed on the few hours I was actually awake because I spent most of it asleep, I did do some really simple crochet. I made some little, this is all I managed to do in a month. So there's a whole bunch of little face scrub things. I made these up as I kind of went along. They're all the same pattern. So I'm gonna do a video showing you how to do them. They're really simple, but I thought I'd show you how to do them. And I'm making them in with the yarn I got from the Little Box of Crochet. So this bag here, which is also from the Little Box of Crochet, is just full of all of the little balls. The inside bag's the tiny balls, and then underneath that's the slightly smaller balls. Sorry, slightly bigger balls. Talking is still an issue, hence no filming. But yeah, they're all from the Little Box of Crochet balls. I had two from a ball with about that left over. So I think there's enough with the odds that I'll make some multicoloured ones. And I'm just making a bunch of them because I've worked out they're really simple for me to do when I'm really not feeling up to it. So that bag now stays upstairs in my bedroom, and when I'm suffering from insomnia I can sit and quietly do them and not disturb Duncan. So yeah, I sat and done them. I did get some more work done on the Alpha Coat by Moral Fibre. Yeah, Moral Fibre, whatever. The Tunisian crochet one that I started, I'd done a few of the wedges I think when I saw you last. I think. I'm so lost. But I have got some more done on that, so I've got it pinned on the mannequin, so I will show you that. You're going to have to excuse the mess in here. While I was upstairs sick in bed, they used this as a dumping ground. But I'll turn this around a minute. In fact, I think I'll just take the camera off and show you because the tripod's going to be in the way otherwise. So I'm just going to pause the camera, get set back up and restart. 2 secs. Hi again. Okay, so as you see, I've got the front panels done and the wedges done. I've added more wedges than the original pattern called for. I think 4 more wedges than the original pattern called for. I do like how this yarn is coming out. It doesn't match up exactly, and I like that. These do level up a little more. It's falling down a little, but they're not an exact match. You see how it's slightly off? But that doesn't bother me. The whole point of this was to be higgledy-piggledy, so all the wedges are all over the place. If I just turn this around, turning around one-handed, not the easiest of things. Okay, so this is where I'm going, so I don't fall over. So that's the back panel. So this bit here is actually the waistband, and then you're supposed to do the back panel and the side panel separately, seam them together and then seam that to the waistband. But I just decided to carry on going up. I didn't see the point in doing it all separately if I can keep it together. And you can see where the waistband is to where the back panel is because the pattern changes because of the width I'm doing. Now the bottom's not finished. You can see it's all curling up, and that's because I haven't done the edging yet. Though the pattern called to do the edging before you did the rest, I wanted to finish the base before I do the edging because I'm not 100% sure I have enough yarn. I'm now working on the sleeves. I've only got the first section of the sleeve done. Nowhere near finished, but it is getting there. As I said, I've made this bigger. If I turn it sideways. Okay, so that's the side. So you can see where the waist is done and then the panels are seamed up. Next time round I'd do that all in one go. I can work that in one go. I don't see the point. I also don't like the way this is done. The sleeve will actually join on up here. So the sleeve becomes up here and down, and these panels will finish off around here somewhere, depending on where the sleeve goes. Which is odd to me. It's not the way I've done it before, but you know, we'll see what it looks like. But you can see the difference in the patterning for the panels. So, you know, I think it's still looking higgledy-piggledy and I like it. But yeah, I will get the rest of it done. Slowly but surely is the way to go. But I'm going to have to take a break from it. I'll explain that in a second. But yeah, so you can see what I've got done so far. It's getting there. This has an extra 6 rows because of the size change that I made, and the back actually has more rows, more stitches along the rows than the pattern calls for. I didn't want to go down any smaller. I thought it would look stupid. And the armholes I made bigger with those extra 6 rows because I think they would have been too small otherwise. But we'll see. So I'm going to pause, turn around, set back up and see you in a second. Sat back down again. I'm already worn out. I just don't have the energy for things at the moment. But yeah, so it's getting there. But as I said, I do need to take a break. This is not straight. Oh well, you don't care, do you? Because I have the butterfly blanket I said I need to do for my mum to be ready by April. I need to get started on that. Duncan is out preparing the graph for me, discussing what we're doing and where things are going and things. So he's just doing a few more things. I'll go out and check on it in a minute, check if there's anything else I want to change, and he'll finish it off. It's been a lifesaver because I don't have the time or the energy to do everything at the moment. So it's been really helpful. He's actually going to take over the editing of the videos for me because I've been so ill. I'm really behind on everything because I can't film and edit and create and design, and I'm just running out of so he's going to take over the editing. I will design, create, film, and he will edit, and that should hopefully speed things up a little. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's about all I've made. As I said, for this month I've been really slow. I've done barely anything. and I'm still really slow, and I'm taking it easy, and I'm not doing anything major because I can't. But I did buy a couple of books, so I thought to show you them. The first one, huge disappointment. Don't buy online without checking the books in stock first, because I was expecting a book this sort of size. Instead I got one this size, and it's this one. So that's Tunisian Stitch Guide. I don't know very many stitches in Tunisian crochet. I know most of the basics, and that's about it. I wanted something to give me some ideas, some more lacy ones and some patterns, and you know, just something different. So I thought, oh, I'll get a stitch guide. Not only is this thing a lot smaller than I was expecting, which is my own fault, it does say the size and I didn't read, so it's entirely my own fault. But the info for the basic way to do a Tunisian is at the back of the book instead of the front. And then the front of the book, I'll just show you one page. It's got a little section about learning charts, which is reasonably helpful, but it's not got a lot of information. But like, so stitch 1 is the Tunisian. That's the entire information on how to do the Tunisian simple stitch. That little bit there, that's it. The other page is for the reverse stitch. There's no pictures to show you where your hook's going. No pictures to show where it should line up, where each thing be. They just give you a picture of the finished object of the chart, and then say insert hook right to left under next vertical bar, yarn over and pull up a loop. That's their instructions. Now, for someone like me who's done Tunisian crochet, I understand that. I get that. I know what I'm doing. Some of the more complicated ones might take me a couple of goes just to do them. I mean, some of them don't even have names. This is stitch 27. No idea what the stitch is, but it's chain a multiple of 19 plus 4, repeats row 1 to 17 for pattern, and that's it. That's the entire thing. That's what it's told you to do. As I said, for someone who is quick to pick up things, who knows Tunisian crochet, who can read charts, this is probably okay. I will work this out. I understand most of this. I can read charts. Someone who's a beginner, who's looking to learn stitches, this is useless. No beginner person is going to look at this book and go, oh yeah, that's easy. A beginner will need to know where this hook goes, which part. Show some pictures, show how it goes around, which stitches and things. Because it's not simple. There is several places it could go, and it needs to go in the right one. And I think this book is far from beginner friendly. And if you're teaching someone stitches, it needs to be beginner friendly, as far as I'm concerned. So I really don't like it, and I'm sure there's plenty of people that love this book, but I think it sucks, and it was the biggest waste of money I ever spent. And next time, I'm going to make sure I've looked into books before I buy them. So, yeah, I will learn a couple of stitches. I think there's only like 19 stitches in here. I can't remember exactly. There's not a lot. It's a waste. Yeah, it says choose from 61 pattern stitches to add texture, but some of those ones are repeats. They've just got the teeniest, slightest variation that actually makes no difference. Tunisian crochet, simple stitch, pearl stitch, knit stitch, they're repeated in various forms. There's no like completely different stitches. I mean, it's like counting a 1x1 rib and a 2x2 rib is different patterns. Yes, they are technically different, and they produce a different fabric, but if you're looking for a wide variety of stitches, that's not going to help you, is it? So yeah, I don't like it. Maybe I'm just really fussy. I was expecting more. The next book I got is the Knitting and Crochet Bible, which is heavy for me right now. I wanted to get more stitches to see what other ones I could learn, because there's still loads I don't know. And some I could do in a refresher course, because it's been years since I've done them. So I thought I'd grab this one. And to be honest, I'm disappointed with this one. It is a good book. And it does show with chart and written instructions on what to do. So much so that I won't show you these pages too much. I can show you pictures maybe. Yeah, see, so we've got different pictures. So they do have the written stitch, and then they have a chart to go with it. And so this could tell you exactly what to do. But this again is not really a beginner. They don't show you much for how to get used to doing these stitches. So, but then I didn't expect this one to be a beginner, because this was going to be showing me multiple stitches. All you need to do is learn how to do yarn over, decreases, knitting and purl when it comes to knitting, and everything's just combinations. So that I expect. I expect not to have the step-by-step instructions for each stitch, and just to have the name. So it's a good book. Both knitting and crochet in here aren't bad. They have some patterns for you to do, like there's a Solomon's knot. I don't know what you'd call it. Is it a cardigan or a wrap? Not sure. So they have a few nice things in here, but I'm not looking for patterns. But it's a reasonably good book, but it's not got as many stitches as I was hoping in it. Most of these I already know. I was looking for some new stitches, so I will need to buy things. But that's my fault. I bought a combined book. I will buy separate next time to get more stitches. But I think it's a perfectly adequate book for a beginner. As long as you know the basic knit and purl stitches and the increase and decreases, this would be a good way to pick up learning new stitches. As long as you can read a pattern and a chart. They provide the pattern and a chart, so you only need to be able to read one. But it's really helpful for learning to read two by being able to see them side by side. So I do really like that book, and it's that one I don't regret buying. I think that's a really good book. I'm just super disappointed by this one. So, oh well, never mind. I will get a different Tunisian book, and I will get separate crochet knitting bibles for more stitches. It's just now that I'm designing more clothes, I'd like to do a lot more stitches than the basics I already do. And I've got lots of ideas, but I want to have a more unique look on something, so I want a different stitch or a different colour combination. I don't know, it's all up in the air what I'm doing, but there's all different ones. I mean, I'm designing those type of elf and fairy coats. I'm designing a bunch of them, and they're all going to be in different variations of different stitches, different combinations of the way, the size, the way they fit, the way it looks. It's all different. And I want a variety of different stitches to go with a variety of different looks. So I wanted to get as many stitch pictures so that I can look at them and decide which one I want to do. The same goes with the shawls. I've got ideas of what I do, but I could do with learning a few more combination of stitches to get the look that I'm after. Instead of me sitting there trying to work it out, if I can find a stitch pattern that already has a good basis, I can combine the two stitch patterns or three stitch patterns or whatever I need to get the look that I want. So that's what I'm doing. That's all I've done. As I said, I've not done much, and things will be slow for a little while I finish recovering. But hopefully things will pick up and I will get things sorted soon, especially now that Duncan's going to take some of the weight off me. He's already making some of the smaller pieces for my samples and things for me, so I can see how things look and how it goes together and show you guys what I'm on about. And now he's going to do the editing for me as well, so he's going to be really super helpful. And that give me more freedom to actually make the things, do the filming and create the designs that are all in my head, because there's a lot of them. So yeah, I haven't really got much else to report. health-wise, you know, it's been crappy, but I've also had CT scan. I'm sorry. Those who have been around a while remember about a year ago, they discovered I had a massive cyst in my tummy. This was the check-up scan to see if it's grown to whether they're taken out. I find myself hoping it has, because it was already really big. If those who remember, it was almost 11 centimetres by 10 centimetres, I think, by 2 centimetres, something like that. It's quite a big size for someone my size. I'm 5 foot. You know, that's a big size in my tummy. But they refused to take it out, so I'm hoping that it's grown a bit more so that they will take it out. Because I don't want it sat in there. It's a risk. You know, a big giant cyst in your tummy, if that ruptures, that's going to make me really, really sick. So I'm hoping they're taken out, but I'll have to wait and see. The results don't hit my doctors for a week, so Wednesday is when my doctor should get them, so I'm going to make an appointment to see what they say. But I'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I think that's as much as I've got, really. There's nothing else to really show you or tell you about. It's I feel really bad not having much to show you after being almost a month away, but I just, as you probably noticed, I'm still not 100%. Not that I'm ever 100%, but you know what I mean. So maybe in a few days I'll have a bit more to show you. Once I've started this butterfly blanket, I can show you what I've done. Maybe the chart, once it's printed out, I can show you that. But I'm going to go because I've got to go and get a drink. So I will see you all soon. Oh, hi to all my new subscribers. Lovely to see you. Sorry I have been so terrible of a host of showing you anything. I suck. But I'm trying to get better, I promise. So I will see you all soon. You all take care. Bye.